Many people have asked themselves, why was Ochuka the leader of 1982 coup attempt? I think discussing Ochuka requires several topics, but I'll just cover why he was selected to be the leader of the August coup attempt. It happened like this, that previously, if you study coup attempts, especially in Africa, you'll find that the initial coups used to happen in the 60s, and the people who used to lead the coups used to be generals. Brigadier Ironsi, General Yakub Gowon. No, don't count Yakub Gowon, but I'm saying Ironsi and other generals. General Murtala Mohammed, General whatever. These are the people who used to overthrow governments, especially Africa. Then it went on that way until it reached a place where we now had colonels and lieutenant colonels, yani colonels and lieutenant colonels. The first colonel who was very much on it is Colonel Nasser of Egypt. Then we had several lieutenant colonels and colonels. In Ethiopia, we had Colonel Mangitsu Haile Mariam. In Nigeria, I talked of Yakub Gowon. When Yakub Gowon took over, he was a lieutenant general, although he promoted himself, which is okay, because army ranks are given by commander-in-chief, and if you're the commander-in-chief, you give yourself ranks. You give anybody, even a civilian, just like Amin took a watchman and made him a Colonel Isaac Maliamungu. So it is upon, just like universities award degrees and even professorship, the same way commanders-in-chief award the commission people. If you are given a rank by any commander-in-chief of any country, you sustain that. It does not mean, it is not a must that it has to be the commander-in-chief of your home military, no. So it reached a stage where we used to hear of lieutenant colonel or even colonels overthrowing governments. Then from there, we went to people like Captain Thomas Sankara. You know, tunateremka tu. It reached a stage that it was now captains. And then it reached a stage also, Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawling overthrew the Ghanaian government with the assistance of NCOs. You see, they are going down. Then they reached a stage. Let me say this. A lieutenant in the Air Force is not the same as a lieutenant in the army. He was a lieutenant, flight lieutenant. But you see here in Kenya, tulisikia tu lieutenant, tukachukua ni lieutenant. So, the thinking among the military people was, we have ever had generals, we have had colonels, we have got majors, we have captains. Ironsi was a major. Yeah. We have captains, now we have lieutenants. And then in Liberia, a master sergeant in the Kenyan army is a warrant officer. A master sergeant overthrew the government. So they said, okay, NCO has become a president. Why don't we take the lowest rank, constable? Yani, in army, constables are called private. Why don't we take askari tu tumfanye hivyo? That was one line of thinking. That was one line of thinking. Again, concerning the education of that time, HEZEKIAH OCHUKA was very learned because he had a diploma in stores management. He had a diploma in stores management. So he was very educated and very influential. Wherever there was a meeting, we have people who talk a lot during the meetings. You may have a meeting where one member dominates more than the others. So he was a person who, in any meeting, he would talk a lot. And lastly, he was somebody called a CMC. CMC. Now, CMC is a very effective person in the disciplined forces, especially in the military. In the military, we have various levels. We have, previously there used to be one officer's mess, but nowadays generals have a different mess from other officers. Okay, we have general's mess, there is the officer's mess, then there is the sergeant's mess, and then there is the corporal's mess, and then the constable's mess is called other ranks. What do they say other ranks? Other ranks, they mean if you are a civilian, or you have any other rank, which is not equivalent to corporal's level, which is not equivalent to sergeant's level, which is not even equivalent to officer's level, you are just included in the other askaris. So it is called other ranks. And whenever a head of state, a commander-in-chief, and general visits the place, he has to visit all the messes to see how these people meet. Whenever he goes to those various places, even the married quarters, even the barracks, which is the bachelor's quarters, a VIP visits those places, and the person to take him around is the CMC. You find that, let us take, say, the CDF, Chief of the Defense Forces, is visiting a military camp, and he goes to let's say Langata Barracks. He'll go to the various levels, then he goes to other ranks. That is the lowest rank of those people. And this CMC of the other ranks will take him around. Take him to where these people see where they stay, see where they eat, see whatever. And that CMC is usually on the right side of the VIP. And then, suppose the president is visiting, the CMC, who is a constable, let's say, because civilians can't understand the ranks in the army, that CMC will stand on the right side of the president, and the chief of the defense forces will be on the right. Now, the military commander of Langata will be very far. So you find that is a very effective person, and if you want to mobilize people, that is the person to use. And CMC means chairman of the mess committee. The mess committee, as I said, officers' mess, sergeant's mess, corporal's mess, and other ranks. There is a committee where there is the chairman, there is the secretary, there is the treasurer, there is the ground member, there is wines and drinks member, and so on. Their leader, their chairman is called chairman of the mess committee, or could you say chair lady of the mess committee. And that is why he was selected. Thank you.